Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines because the Formula One politics has just pulled off a plot twister and wilder than the Monaco hairpin. Sergio Perez out of Red Bull, even though he had a contract with them. Liam Lawson in at Red Bull as Verstappen's teammate for 2025. And not just that, Valtteri Bottas is going back to Mercedes as reserve driver. Let's get into it.
Walsh running the Irish green, and look at the move he's making down to the inside.
Moves to the front from fifth all the way to the lead in lap one.
Walsh takes win number 2.
Peter. Walsh. All right, lads. Now, here's the thing. Before we get into it, actually, lads, I want to say that my podcast has done quite well for 2024. And, lads, it is only because of you listening or watching or both of me. It's got into the top 25% of video podcasts on Spotify. Now, obviously there's audio and video, but video is growing. I believe, don't quote me, but it's increasing 50% year on year. So video podcasts are starting to trend a lot more these days. And, you know, the beautiful thing, of course, about video podcasts is that even if you are just listening and you're walking, you can still have the video podcast playing as an audio file. I think most of us know that. Why am I saying that? But anyway, lads, I honestly want to thank each and every one of you. It's been amazing this whole 2024 season. I've loved every moment talking to you folks. And I hope I'm going to keep being useful, bring my racing experience to the table and call BS on something or stand up for a certain driver and dissect racing moves. I've done that a lot this year. A lot of people were thinking, oh, you know, Verstappen was dirty or Norris was dirty or Hamilton was dirty at certain points. Whereas I'm going to call it out as I see it because I know the racing craft. So it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. And I honestly want to thank each and every one of you, lads. It's been unbelievable. So from the bottom of my heart, I love you all, and I want to thank you. Okay, let's get into it. So, lads, yes, huge, shocking news. Now, here's the thing. This isn't just driver swaps. This is Formula One politics at its finest. I mean, you just razor sharp, man. You know, the kind where you think about its talent, but really it's about whose cappuccino Christian Horner liked better last week. Poor Sergio Perez, right? I mean, one day he's sipping tequila in the Red Bull Racing motorhome. The next he's packing his bags faster than a pit stop. I mean, Liam Lawson has would you call it fresh energy, right? Red Bull needs fresh energy. Is that what it is? The guy probably still has learner permits. I mean, okay, we're all joking around here, but I think what's going on here, lads, and I've been saying this for the last 2 years about Sergio Perez. 2 years. People are saying, oh, he's not good enough. He's going to be gone from the team. That's it. It's all over. Done. Pack your bags, fellas. The war's over. We've been all thinking this. Now, I've thought about it. I have not, under no circumstance, thought it the way other people have. It's crossed my mind. Now, I'll say this and I'll put my hands in the air, ladies and gents. I was thinking, no. When I really thought about it, and thought it through, I thought there was no way on this earth Sergio Perez was leaving. Not a hope in hell. And why? Because a lot of drivers, it's like being a DJ. If you're a DJ and you can bring a guaranteed crowd to a nightclub or a certain venue, whatever it is, you'll be signed up to be the DJ for that event. Because you're bringing money to the table, right? Formula One driver, racing driver in general, is like this. No question. If you can bring something to the table, you've got a very, very big chance of getting a seat in Formula One. That is no doubt about it. Now, Sergio Perez, I've been always saying that, okay, Mexican money, he's bringing that to the table. And in other words, investors' sponsorship. Kind of like Yuki Tsunoda, lads, right? Some of you may be wondering, yeah, why is that guy at Red Bull number 2 team? Now, okay, it's the number 2 team, but still, why are they holding on to this guy? Like, if you've seen Netflix, the guy barely wants to exercise, right? He starts to sulk all the time, which is just so horribly unprofessional. And believe me, he's a Japanese driver bringing Japanese engines to the team, right? He knows that he ain't going anywhere, right? That's in when he was with the team, okay? So he knew his seat was nice and comfortable with a nice little dicky bow wrapped around it. Now, I was obviously wrong when it came to Sergio Perez. Unless. So, before I get into it, yes, ladies and gents, if you're watching me on video, I'm putting my hands in the air. I was wrong. No problem. I'd admit it when I am. Huge shock to me. Huge shock. And I'll tell you why too. This also backed up what I was saying for the last 2 years. If you've been watching Netflix, and if you remember, guys, I'm very positive it was season 2, don't quote me, but it's when Pierre Gasly joined Red Bull with Verstappen. Pierre Gasly had a shocking half a season. Shocking. Now, wasn't all his fault. No, it was not. Here's the thing. Gasly gets booted out of the team halfway through the season. Halfway through the season. Now, Christian Horner was saying, yeah, okay, he's obviously not doing the job. Let's bring in Alex Albon instead. So that tells you right there, right then, that Christian Horner is A, he wants results. B, he's ruthless in terms of he won't even finish off a complete season with a driver. In fact, he's so ruthless, he'll boot you out halfway through the year. He doesn't give a damn, right? Okay, yeah? Are we all on the same page for this one here, right? So, if he's this ruthless, why didn't he get rid of Sergio Perez in 2023 when his performance was bad and 2024, right? Like, why? Why all of a sudden is he ruthless for one guy but really cushiony for the other guy? That doesn't make sense, does it? No. And I'll tell you, lads, it's very, very rare when a driver gets booted out mid-season from a team. Okay? It barely happens. So it does show, hey, you know what? I'm not taking any prisoners. I want results. I want this. I want that. Good luck. Good night. Thank you very much. Pack your bags. And it's done. Doesn't even blink at it. So he does have that ruthlessness. But he didn't do it for Sergio Perez because Sergio Perez was bringing sponsorship. Now, I would think it's either two things. Liam Lawson has brought a lot more sponsorship or investors to the table. And it's going to make money for Red Bull. Or it could be the other way. It could even be saving them money. Right? Liam Lawson could be bringing a big sponsor now where he is literally has a company backing him, and the company are going to be picking up the checks for the engines next year. You just don't know. So either way, it's money in the pocket for Red Bull. Whether they're making an extra more or they're saving money, either way, there's more money in their pocket. Either which way you go. So if you look at it like that, okay, well maybe there is. Here's the other part of this. Maybe Sergio Perez's investors and sponsors said, no, we're out. We're done. Sorry, lads. We're done. And you know, lads, that could make a lot of sense too, because you could have the investor company that is dealing with Sergio Perez. They looked at the last round. They had a board meeting. And they said, okay, and you know, you can see all the top corporate fellas sitting around, 20 of them there. All right, lads, what are we going to do with the Sergio Perez thing? We've had 2 years. We're not getting any return on our money here. We got to pull the plug. Screw him. And all of a sudden, he tells Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez has to tell Christian Horner, or the company tell Christian Horner, and then they decide to boot him out. Because it doesn't make sense, the timing either. You know, like, I mean, okay, it's just 1 week before Christmas. That's harsh. That's tough, man, for Sergio Perez to have that 1 week before Christmas. You know? Now, I know, listen, you know, this is business. But there was no need to do that either. You know? There was no need to do that either. So again, it shows the ruthless side of Christian Horner, right? So there must be something else going on in the background. Now, look, I'm sorry to any Sergio Perez fans out there. It does suck for him. I think for Liam Lawson, it's a great move. Obviously, fantastic for him. Fantastic for him. He's had a couple of races now. He hasn't lit the world on fire here. You know, he hasn't. So what's he bringing to the team? Maybe we'll find out within the next few weeks. But hey guys, I mean, wow, shocking turn of events. And then, okay, let's look at Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas, well, here we go. This man's gone full circle, literally, from being Hamilton's number 2 to trying his hand at leading Alfa Romeo. Now demoted to Lewis's number 1. I mean, imagine being Bottas walking into Mercedes. Hey guys, this is familiar. I'm here to sit down, or, you know, like, I don't know, what's Toto gonna do for him? Give him a coffee mug, world's okayest reserve? What's happening here? But, you know, lads, here's the kicker. This isn't about performance. This is about power. Red Bull wants someone who'll toe the company night and nod politely when Max passes them for the 5th time in a weekend. And Mercedes, well, I'm sorry guys, excuse me. They're just keeping Bottas around as an insurance policy in case Russell gets a haircut too aggressive for the FIA to approve. Now, obviously, look, for the reserve driver, it's a very tough, very, very tough business to be in. Because there you are, you're training as much as, well, you should be, should I say. You should be training every day as much as the F1 drivers. But you just don't know. And there you are, you sit around at the weekends, you literally hang around at the weekends, waiting, wondering, is today going to be the day? Is today going to be the day? You just don't know what's going to happen. And so we're going to call it a day here, lads. But, you know, at the end of the day here, the grid changes, but the drama, it always stays the same. F1 isn't a real sport. It's a reality show with helmets, lads. You know, it really is. Perez, maybe will he land somewhere? Has he run out? I mean, this is one hell of bad timing for him. Bottas will keep the reserve seat warm. Liam Lawson? Well, I don't know. Is he about to learn that fresh energy doesn't mean much when they want Max to go through? And when they get on the pit radio to say, hey, let Max through, lads. Buckle up, folks, because, hey, in the world of Formula 1, the politics is faster than the cars itself. We're going to be back with a lot more Formula 1 over the next few weeks, lads, and it just goes to show you, the season is over 2024, but the drama keeps going around the track. Talk to you later.
Walsh running the Irish green, and look at the move. He's making down to the inside.
Moves to the front from 5th all the way to the lead in lap 1.
Walsh takes win number 2.
Peter Walsh.